Whoa! Now you can welcome back to Digibrows. Yeah, I'll sing the song. Welcome, it's Digibrows. We're
searching
playing
our
the game.
hearts for so long. That's where I feel like you were going. Love is a battlefield.
Sing the rest of that Disturbed song. That's how it goes.
I don't think so.
No, that's how it goes.
Well, nobody would know what we were singing because
Whatever, I
we
don't
were singing it
fucking
before
care.
the episode
This
started.
is Digibrows, where we have eyebrows, we're bros, we have
Digibrows.
several brows. Digibrows. I've done this earlier.
Oh my god, is that Hyrule Castle?
Fuck yeah, it is.
Oh my god!
In the depth of darkness.
Oh my god!
You want to chill the fuck out?
How high do you think I can go? Oh my god!
that really
Take a drink, man.
that really killed me.
It'll bring
I
you,
need a long
bring you
long
back to
swig.
life. Bring you to life. Get away, God.
Oh shit. Bah!
Yeah. Yeah, like a bat out of hell.
I don't have my dog finished yet. What the fuck?
Those fucking noises it makes when you attack
those things
things
are
are so weird.
Then you go, "Rah!"
Because in Wind Waker they had the very satisfying
Yeah, the music.
and in this it's like
Well, that's not the hits. Those are those things' voice.
yeah, but it's whenever you hit them they make that noise.
No, they just make that noise. When I hit them, it goes. Psh.
Hit one right now.
It's the birds, dude. See, they just go.
I know when you hit them they also make the noise. See?
Oh yeah, because that's just them screeching in pain.
Yeah.
But it's not like an attack noise. Keep forgetting I use instant killer.
Yeah. Oh. You're following a scent here, right?
Yeah. I'm trying to find my friend.
Yeah. Where'd she go?
She got kidnapped.
You miss her so.
She's in that
Live
Dusty Village place,
yourself
but I don't
without
think I'll find that out yet.
Remember that song by Mike Shinoda and his band that was not Linkin Park?
That was him.
Yeah. I can't remember what the fuck that band was called.
Lame ass bullshit.
Generic hip hop. But they had that song that was a 5% luck, 20%
Yeah, yeah.
skill, 60, I don't know the percentages, power of will, 5% pleasure, 100% or something percent pain, and 100% reason to remember the name. I think it actually added up like correctly, but I don't remember the numbers.
Oh shit, we're going to Hyrule Castle. Everyone's ghosts. In the city.
I got a heart full
Hyrule
of pain,
Castle.
head full of stress, handful of anger held in my chest.
Stop.
Oh man, everybody's dead. They're all will-o'-the-wisps. They're all spirits. They're all dead. They all look like
Dead as a
souls from Soul
doornail.
Eater.
Doornails can be dead.
A sound soul is the product of a sound mind and a sound body.
A sound. There's several sounds. There's various
A
sounds.
sound soul is the product of sounding.
Sound.
You know what sounding is? It's where you stick rods in your dick hole.
Oh. Don't you love this? Look, you see a bunch of ghosts and you're like, oh shit, this is a fully populated city here, isn't it?
Can you just not see them because you're a wolf? Like,
They're
or
they're in the Twilight Zone. They're all like Twilight dead.
No, they're all dead. Everyone's dead, Jim. Everyone's dead, Jim. Here's Digibrows reference hour. I guess you gotta go in there, or why did it go in there and out? I guess she went in there.
Yeah.
I guess that's a
You go in
nice
there
little
later, innit?
detail. Like, this is somewhere she stopped off at.
Oh man, I'm about to go to the bar.
She must wear some serious perfume.
The bar is where friendship is.
Since you can trace the...
Conrad, Link joins an underground resistance.
Oh. La Resistance?
Yes, La Resistance.
Do they have a code signal for if things go wrong? The sound of a dying giraffe.
is actually a cool scene. This is the only game where you see that there's like war happening. There are like soldiers. They're doing things. Checking my fucking phone.
We were soldiers, children of men.
This is where you find out to go to Lake.
What's that other? There's a movie with a similar title to We Were Soldiers that was also a war movie. Or maybe I'm thinking of that. Was that the one that was like?
You had Mel Gibson.
Was that movie like corny as fuck?
Yeah, it's kind of corny.
Did it have a scene where like?
The wives at home.
Yeah, and like they bring her the like.
It's super fucking.
They bring
lame.
her like the message that like the guy died or whatever.
She starts apprehending the letters to bring to all the wives.
Yeah, I've seen that movie.
Yeah,
that was
fucking lame.
That was like the first war movie I ever saw.
Yeah, I saw it when I was a kid too. Because there's all I remember is the scene where this like frag grenade blows on it. Yeah, the legs too.
Yeah.
But also the dude gets like the chemical grenade stuck in his face, and the other dude has to cut it out. Like,
I remember that. But there's one dude.
It's like their war scenes and their depiction of war is supposed to be like their goal is to be as accurate and realistic as possible and be gritty. But then it's just like it's one of those where it's just nonstop action for an hour and none of it. You have no comprehension of what's going on. You have no spatial relationship.
And then it
between
cuts
things.
Abruptly to some boring ass shit.
When I watched that one, I was like, did I choose the right thing to watch here? Is this gonna be fun at all? And I was like, okay, I fucked up by choosing a movie from 2002. And then there was Rescue Dawn, directed by the director of Bad Lieutenant, Port of Call, New Orleans.
That's supposed. Oh, you mean the new one?
Yes.
So Werner Herzog.
Yes, Werner Herzog.
So was it trippy as fuck?
It was. Oh yeah, a little bit. It has his lack of metaphors and weird things going on.
Yeah.
And it's just
lack of metaphors or
his. Yes, because he can't comprehend metaphors and symbolism. So there's just weird stuff happening, and it has absolutely no meaning whatsoever.
I'm guessing you saw the YMS video,
which was wonderful.
Yeah.
Because I was like, yep, that's what Bad Lieutenant felt like. It felt like this is meaningless, isn't it? This is just stupid shit happening for no reason.
Yep, that's exactly what it was.
I don't even have the thing yet. Did I? I should have paid attention.
Yeah, I actually saw We Were Soldiers, and the scene I was trying to describe, but you kept cutting me off. Is the guy's like legs have been like I guess he had the chemicals had hit him, and the guy
he got hit by a bomb and his legs get incinerated.
Right, and then the guy tries to like lift him onto a stretcher, and like all of the meat just slides off of his legs.
Yeah, it's
God, gross.
It's just the worst imagery.
Yeah, I remember that.
Okay,
from
so
when
I gotta go to Lake
like 13. And I was just like, holy shit, war is fucked up.
Yeah.
And then like when I read All Quiet on the Western Front in school.
That's an interesting thing about war stories is that we grew up with Vietnam movies as opposed to, glory movies.
Yeah, that's I was.
You don't think about that growing up because it's like you've always been used to.
I was literally shocked when I found out that there were formerly movies that glorified war.
Exactly, because there were. No one knew, and they were tailor made to glorify war.
I've grown up under the impression that war is the worst thing ever.
Yes.
That it's something no one ever wants.
But that was the thing about Vietnam is that these soldiers go in like there's two ways to get in the Vietnam War. You were either poor and drafted because you were poor and black basically, or you were a stupid privileged white kid whose dad was in World War II and has all the glory stories, and you went, I want to go and become a man and fight in the war, and those, and then they don't get quite the glory.
Wait, we had an episode break in the middle of you talking about Vietnam War, right? Yeah, we did. How did we get back onto the topic?
I don't know.
Was it just that I asked you what the worst one was and that was it?
We were talking about We Were Soldiers again.
I don't remember how we got onto it again.
You just brought it up randomly.
Oh. Well, yeah. Yeah, I grew up with the impression that war... I mean, I think all of us did. Anyone watching this video probably grew up thinking war was a terrible thing and, like...
Which is just, didn't used to be that way until the Vietnam War. No one knew.
Yeah.
Because the Patriots come back and they don't tell the horrifying story. And the other wars weren't quite as like, dehumanizing and horrible... And, it's also blown up by the Vietnam films, and dramatized to an extent. Where it's like, a lot of the veterans of the Vietnam War are, frustrated with those movies for making it look so fucking, like savage and ridiculous.
Yeah.
Which I'm sure they're full of shit, and to an extent it probably was.
Right. I mean, it all depends.
It's like there's certain things where it's like that are just elements of all the movies that are all there, and it's just like they wouldn't all be there if this stuff didn't happen. Like the constant sleeping with prostitutes and shit. It's like that's a thing that happened. You can't deny that happened.
Yeah.
Especially because these are all based on fucking novels and shit.
Yeah. Oh man. Oh jeez. I have no
Vietnam War
thoughts in my head.
We gotta go on the bridge and then they're gonna blow it up.
Something.
Check this shit out.
It looks like it's covered in oil.
It is covered in oil.
And yet you have to run out on there anyway.
Of course.
See, that's the difference between this and Dark Souls, man. On Dark Souls, you see a bridge that's all burned, and you go, how about I not cross this bridge? And then a dragon flies by, and you go, see, I'm smart. This game, you're like, oh, this bridge looks like it's covered in oil. There's nothing else is going to activate the story. Let's run out onto the bridge.
Yeah, but it's cool.
Is it?
Yeah. It's fucking cool.
Is it cool that that the game requires you to be stupid?
Meh.
Like, to roleplay the idea that you're a dumbass, like, even though you're not actually?
Then you have to escape the bridge.
Oh. Well, at least that's,
yeah, you just jump right off.
Oh, jeez.
It creates an interesting sequence where you're stuck on the bridge and there's fire going and you have to think, I'm gonna fuck off this bridge.
They could have presented it in a way where you couldn't have possibly figured it out.
I mean,
or that if you did figure it out, then
for the record, the first time I played this game, I just ran fucking straight on the bridge. You know, I obviously was expressing caution. You know, whereas normally you would not expect it to be sent onto a fucking oil-filled bridge in a Zelda game.
Yeah.
I don't know why you would expect that.
I'm just saying, if this was Dark Souls, you would have had an option to not cross the bridge and get lit on fire. If you were attentive enough to notice that there was
that's all the despair and shit going on here. It's like you see the people, you see what they're upset about, and then you get to help them.
This game is the epitome of is this what you wanted? Like, you know, people went, oh, Zelda's too bright, and they went, all right, fine, we're gonna make it fucking depressing and dark, and everyone's
what I was saying before.
Suffering. Which, I mean, is not really, like, unusual for Zelda, because, like, the games usually take place in a time where it's a dark time. Like, Ganon has come back, and he's fucking everything up, you know? The princess
Which is cool, because there's actually, like, a menacing threat going on here.
Like, if you play A Link to the Past, like, and you're in the dark world, it's like depressing. Like everyone has met with a terrible fate, so to speak, as Majora's Mask. Obviously, the world is.
Is there ever a point in Wind Waker where it really feels like Ganon is fucking shit up? Like he's never really doing anything too bad. I guess he does blow up that one town,
He kidnaps all those women.
Yeah, he's kidnapping women. So it's like, you know, shit's going down, but it's not like epic scale shit's going down yet.
Wind Waker, if I were gonna compare it to something like setting-wise,
oh yes, oh the birds.
I'd compare the Wind Waker to like the setting of Yokohama Shopping Log, which is a Japanese manga and anime OVA. That's like, it takes place after like basically a post how do I put it? Post civilization. Like the world has already gone to shit, and it's just like the last remnants of humanity. And they're just kind of living out their lives peacefully, like just waiting for the end. The main character girl is a robot, and like it's like another good example might be the anime series I just watched, Humanity Has Declined, but that one's a little bit more of like a satirical show. But like the world of the Wind Waker is like the apocalypse has already happened.
What was the thing about it? It's like Ganondorf doesn't need to be doing anything big or menacing because he's literally just been fucking waiting for like hundreds of years for Zelda to be reborn, and he's kidnapping girls to find Zelda, and that is all he's been doing. But and then you guys finding your heroic destiny is what puts that plot into motion.
But like, yeah, the ironic thing about that game is that like, you know, people think of it as being more bright and not that dark, but the world ended.
Yes.
Everything's underwater.
Exactly.
You
It's
know,
like this is a dark sequel.
This is the post-humanity world where we are nothing but the last dregs of civilization living on islands in a world that's flooded. You know? But like, you know, humanity is just sort of at peace because we don't have the technology, we don't have the world, you know, anymore. Whereas this game is more of like, you know, humanity's at a height.
Yeah.
of culture and everything, but it's facing a darkness.
Yeah.
Or Majora's Mask, the moon is gonna crash into the earth. In A Link to the Past, like in the Dark World, it's like everyone's been turned into weird. Like a lot of people have been turned into trees and shit like that, and like all kinds of weird shit. So yeah, I mean every Zelda game is dark in its own way, but yeah, the Wind Waker's just more of a passive Shogunai series. I did not know there was a Panzer Dragoon segment in this.
Oh yeah, I love this shit.
Holy shit! Do you shoot things?
No, I just speed forward.
Oh, what's the point of the hair trigger thing?
I'm aiming with it because it's making me steer through Wiimote.
Well, anyway, what I was saying, there's this Japanese phrase. I think I explained this. What fucking series did I talk about this? Well, you tell me if you remember me telling this story. Maybe it was in Earthbound or something. But there's a Japanese phrase, shogunai, which I'm sure you've heard, which means like it can't be helped. There's a very Japanese attitude of just like when it's very similar to the English phrase, it is what it is. Like people say that all the time. And it's like something goes wrong and you can't really do anything about it, and people say, well, it is what it is. Like, you can't do anything. And the Japanese say that a lot. And like there's this, Japan has like a declining birth rate, and it's sinking into the ocean, and like it's just not holding up very well. And so like, and their language is going to die because it's a stupidly complicated kanji system. Like, the country kind of has this attitude like, well, it can't be helped, Yeah. And Yokohama Kaidashi Kiko like really feels like that. Where like the world has kind of come to an end, and it's just like, well, it's like we can't do anything. We're just gonna enjoy ourselves, like as humanity goes into its twilight years,
Fuck it.
And I guess I kind of get that vibe from the Wind Waker too. It's just like, well, we live on islands now. Like, I don't know anything about the world before, but this is what's left. And
this is a world they've all grown up in. No one really knows about the previous world.
Yeah, it's interesting stuff. Hopefully, I just made someone's mind blown and made them appreciate the Wind Waker even more. Because I've never really thought about that, like, in that way.
Yeah.
Until just now.
Seems like something obvious, but you're not really, like...
Yeah, like, I knew that the world has, like...
You didn't analyze it.
I knew the world has come to an end, but I never really thought about the darkness of that. Like, the idea that, like, wow, like, civilization is underwater. Humanity has been reset. It's like...
And there's no one around.
Yeah.
There's, like... one village.
Yeah.
And there's just no one around. At least in that part of the world. The Gorons are from somewhere else. So, like, it seems like there's humanity somewhere else in the water. But you can't get there.
It's interesting because it's sort of, in the 80s, there was a lot of anime that was, like, inspired by Mad Max. Like, stuff like Fist of the North Star. Where Mad Max is very much like... the world has ended, and it's produced a culture of struggle and violence. Yeah. Everyone's struggling to survive. Everyone's trying to destroy each other. And, like, that's how most Western post-apocalyptic things are. It's always a desert. There's always scarcity. There's not enough food to go around, But Eastern post-apocalyptical stories are usually, like, the world has just been reduced to farming again. We now have small communities again. We live... around the remnants of our former, civilization. I mean, Turn A Gundam was about that. The fantasy world that Log Horizon takes place in is supposed to be that. Yeah. Like, or that's like the theory is like that all the gamers have is that the game is supposed to be a post-apocalyptic version of the world.
Oh shit.
And I can probably think of more examples if they came to mind. But yeah, interesting East versus West there. That would probably make a good video.
Yep.
I'd have to have like a large pool of examples though.
Yeah.
Next time on Digibrows.
Sup?
I dive into a large pool of examples.
And ice.
A swan dive.